What's good, everybody? It's the one and only Punishing Game. Come back to your games. But this time, we're playing Granblue Fantasy Relink. I'm sure there's a series a part of this, but this will be the first one that I play and in or by. I think the game looks fucking fantastic. And I'll get into my gaming mindset and all that shit in a second. Alright, salute to my new subscribers. Also love y'all. Return subscribers, you already know we got flex on real quick. And here we go. I enjoy fantasy RPGs such as this and others, but I don't need like an overly graphically impressive game. I need a game that has strong gameplay, solid story that gets me into the game and actually has flow to it, and it sounds and looks incredible as far as, you know, the character models and everything like that. Because let's take a look at Suicide Squad. That's a looter shooter made by Rocksteady, who's best known for the Arkham series. It's still set in the Arkham series realm, but that game has nothing really to do with Arkham besides being DC characters in it. I'm like, from what we've seen from the Arkham series to what we see now is completely different, and I just find it to be tragic, to say the least. But this is fully voice acted and it sounds so good. It kind of just makes you feel like you're in the world with the characters that you're playing with. And what I also like about this game is you don't just attack. You can have your teammates attack with you, and then you can link those attacks together and make an even bigger, stronger attack. And the visuals are fucking amazing. As well as, like, another thing I like about this game is that the characters on your team all have their own personalities, their own attack styles. You can heal them, they can heal you, as well as when you get enough link, basically what that means is you have this special ability to where you can link all 4 attacks together to make like a big ass ultra attack. Trust me, you'll see it when I get to that part, and it's gonna look super dope, because when you fight against bosses and shit like that in this game, it looks fantastic. As well as just like, they're not using like, you know, just same boring stale colors. They're using vibrant color palette to a point where it's like everything stands out, and that's very good and necessary for a game like this. Because if you just use like browns and greens and reds, and just everything just seems washed out. But if you use they're using like these watercolors, and like they really flesh out the color scheme. It looks sick as hell, in my opinion. I'm just like, oh man. See, this is when you do like a super attack when you can combine all 4. But unfortunately, we didn't get to kill the guys we were attacking, but trust me, when I get to the boss battle, you'll really get to see a lot more. But that was just like kind of like a visual example of what I was talking about. But this is just parts of the demo that I recorded, and I got a bit more of the demo. I already know that the full game is already out, but I'm broke, so I can't buy the full game yet. But for sure, when I get a chance to, I'll pick it up, because I'm tired of spending X amount of dollars on a full price game, and it disappoints me to a point where I'm bored. Within 2 weeks to a month of playing it, I'm already bored, and like, I'm disappointed, or, you know, certain aspects of the game I like, other aspects of the game I don't like, and it just feels like a waste of money overall. I've already explained my issues with a few different games from last year that caused me to have that type of vibe. And unfortunately, I held on to them too long to where I couldn't get my money back. So this year, for sure, when it comes to games, I'm gonna be very stringent and selective on what games I buy and which ones I'll just watch and enjoy from a distance. Let other people play it, so I don't have to go through the headache of having to buy it myself and just be not seeing it the way that they see it in that way. But this game seems like a game I can stick to because I've been looking for a story-driven game that actually has merit to it and actually has, things going on that keeps me engaged and gripped into the story and the actions that the characters take on and how do they overcome struggles that they're facing, because these days RPGs and story-based games are just super linear and just been there, done that, and it's just it's not a lot of effort and time really put into it besides making it look good. As far as the way it plays, it's just seriously, because how many times have we got a fucking remaster of The Last of Us? I think it's 2 or 3 now. Because we had the original on PS3, then PS4, and now PS5. I'm like, you gonna remaster this shit again for fucking PS6? It's just I'm so sick of having one good game or a series and it just keeps getting remastered to oblivion. It's you do it once and then leave it. You don't have to continue to do it for new consoles. It's if they want the game that bad, they can just, have the game, the older version, copied over to that console or whatever the fuck. But that really comes up to how Xbox or PlayStation handles backwards compatibility. If you like me and you know how shitty PlayStation is with backwards compatibility, you're just what's the point? What is the point of buying this shit? Because I still haven't played Last of Us 2, and from what I've seen and experiencing from it, from a distance of course, I don't care for it. I'll just stick to Last of Us 1 and leave it at that, because I'm just I don't like what they did to Joel years later. I don't care for the story. I don't like these forced situations where sexuality comes into play, because that's where the gaming seems to be going now. It's all about political nonsense of sex and gender, this and that and whatever. I'm just bro, you're killing me. I can't stand that shit. You are who you are, I don't care. Let's patch you up. Stop trying to force your sexuality or whatever else onto me. Especially put it in a video game and then I have to sit through that bullshit. Because Borderlands 3 is flooded with teeny bop bullshit from 2 villains that are carbon copy of today's society, and they're not even mocking today's society in a way that is be humorous, that be relatable, that be interesting. They're just full on just TikTok streamers, and I'm just bruh, this is not what I bought this game for. I bought Borderlands for fucking Borderlands, not this bullshit. The gameplay is phenomenal, but the story took me out of it, and I'm just extremely disappointed. So hopefully Borderlands 4 can give me the looter shooter dark comedy shit that I've craved for 12 plus years now. But this game right here, although I don't play too many RPGs, but I do enjoy and like the field vibe and like the way their hair is just not glued to their head. It's actually moving. Every part in the game is moving. It has like a life of its own, but it's not like out of control to where it's not like it's connected to anything, if that makes any sense. Like, take a look at wrestling games. Wrestling games hair physics are just the worst. It's either the super glue to their head or the physics to their hair seems to be just like a fucking wig, and it's just going everywhere. It's like, huh? Who the fuck designed this shit? But this and like other indie games just have that chef's kiss vibe to it, to where people actually took the time and patience to really craft a story, really craft a visual spectacle that can be respected. And of course, you know these fanboys, oh my god, what is this, blah blah blah, they are graphics over everything else. Me, I'm gameplay, more of storytelling. I like a world to be fully fleshed out and built around the gameplay, not graphics. Graphics can come after. If it's, hell, one of my favorite games of all time is fucking Manhunt. That's not a graphically intensive game. If anything, it's kind of bargain bin. But that fucking story goes hard. The action goes hard as fuck. It was controversial for a reason. And shout out to Rockstar Games for actually having the balls to do something like that. Unfortunately, they don't have the balls to do it anymore, but, current year shit, right? And this is the boss battle. This motherfucker was tanky as hell, especially with that big ass shield. But trust me, we're gonna put him down. And I like how we all go after him at once. I don't have to tell them to go attack him, or, put a target on him and then, hey, go fight that guy. They just inactive, they directly already know what to do without me having to say or do any other, RPG-esque controls to tell my team to attack him. Because that's the problem with me in RPGs. Like, I pretty much have to direct not just my character, but the other characters that I'm controlling or playing with. And I think that's stupid as hell. That's just shitty game mechanics in my opinion. But it is what it is. But this game is a lot of fun. Definitely go check it out. The full version. This is just the demo. But you can check out the demo just to get a taste of, see what it's like, how you feel about it. But I'm not no game reviewer or nothing like that. I just give my thoughts on shit I like and don't like. And that's, kind of ramble in between. But I'm definitely following this game. I feel it's going to be one of those games of the year potentials. Even though I don't pay attention to game awards, but I know that this game is going to be a fan favorite. I can just feel it, let alone play it. It's going to be one of my probably top games that I've played this year. Because, like, from what you see right here to what you see at the end of them showing, like, what the full game is going to be looking like, and, like, the different bosses you can fight against, it's going to be crazy. And I'm sure they're going to have, like, an upgrade system to, like, upgrade yourself and your characters, and possibly, who knows, maybe they'll add in different weapons you can find and be rewarded, or whatever the case may be. I don't know. I didn't get to see that part, but we'll see. But shout out to Iron Rich Swaglord. He's the one that put me onto this originally, because I was watching him play it. And this is what I was talking about earlier, when you chain attacks together to make a super combo. Here we go. Look how fucking beautiful that is. And like how responsive the attacks are. It's not like, oh, wait a few seconds for it to happen. It's instant. That shit is dope. And plus they congratulate you on what happens. Like, you don't get that kind of shit anywhere else, in my opinion. I'm not a Final Fantasy person. Never will. I played it in like when I was younger, but I didn't really get into it. I hate turn-based games. So if there's like a Final Fantasy game that isn't turn-based, please let me know, because I'll check it out. If it's like, you know, a decent price, probably catch it on sale or something, but I'll give it a shot. You know, I want to play other things than just, you know, COD and like UFC and all this other shit, because those games are very disappointing at this point in time, because it just feels like they're just stuck on a conveyor belt. Very formulaic. You played one game, you played them all, type of shit. I don't want that for my games. I want a new experience every time I play something, if possible, because you paying top dollar for some shit you feel like you've already played before. And like, I don't mind familiarity, but when it's just formulaic and just like kind of repeats the same shit, but worse than the last 2 or 3, then that shit just feels like a waste of time and money, in my opinion. But it is what it is. You get what you pay for, really. And I'm gonna stop paying for bullshit, or shit I can just see and vibe that yeah, this ain't worth it. But it's my unofficial, I guess you could say, advertisement of the game. If the creators of this game want to, you know, help sponsor your boy, yeah, send a full copy of the game, and I'll definitely review it best I can anyway. Or, you know, give a nigga just a free copy of anything. I don't care. Whichever, however, I would take it and be very appreciative and shout them out on stream, because this is definitely a game I would love to stream. Because when I stream, I don't like to play games that are overly frustrating and exhausting mentally to play, because I like to stream for longer than I normally do. But you know, it really depends on what's going on in the game, to where I actually play it for a long time. Like, when did I say I could play that shit for hours and hours? But I had to ignore the story for the most part and just talk to y'all, because the action and everything else that's going on will keep me interested. But wrestling, I can play for hours and hours, but that shit gets extremely repetitive over time, because when I'm playing universe mode, superstar universe mode, they keep putting me against the same motherfuckers over and over again, and there's no real variety in the people I go up against, or really any control over what happens. I just play a match, this and that, whatever, rinse and repeat type shit. So I wouldn't want to get you guys being bored seeing the same match over and over again, because if I'm getting bored, I don't want y'all to feel the same way. But it's up to y'all, really. But for sure, I'll definitely play Liza P again on stream. But I just wanted to post this video and like give you some commentary on like how I like the game, how I like the vibe, and like, you know, other opinions mixed in. That's 19 minutes 41 seconds of video commentary. It's fucking long as shit. I think it's just the longest commentary I ever did. But I don't know, this game just has its own flair to it, and I like that. I like that when game devs actually take the initiative to give us something really spectacular, something that'll last for years, I'm sure. See, look how visually stunning this is, and it's not like super high def graphics, so they make it look good for what it is. But I'm out. Hope y'all enjoyed this.